Hello, friends. After Boston's tea-flavored fireworks show, the British didn't send a thank you note. They sent punishment with interest. Let's talk about the Intolerable Acts, which is a name that says everything. Britain called them the Coercive Acts. But let's be honest, Intolerable has that perfect mix of drama and fury. It sounds like something you'd shout while slamming a teacup. I say, this is intolerable. So what were these awful laws? First came the Boston Port Act. Parliament slammed the harbor shut tighter than a miser's purse. No ships in, no ships out until Boston for the ruined tea. Think of it as grounding the entire city. No trade, no fish, no fun. Next, the Massachusetts Government Act. The British figured, if Boston's acting out, maybe we should run things ourselves. So they stripped away local control and gave royal officials the keys to the city. Town meetings? Canceled unless you got royal permission. And you can imagine how eager the crown was to approve those. Then came the Administration of Justice Act, aka the Murder Act, according to furious colonists. If a British official killed someone while enforcing the law, they'd be tried in Britain instead of in the colonies. The locals suspected this was just a free ticket for redcoats to misbehave. And as a cherry on top, the Quartering Act. Soldiers could now be housed in private homes if necessary. Hello, we're here to protect you, and also eat your bread and sleep in your bed. Colonial hospitality was running low. To Britain, this was discipline. To the colonies, it was dictatorship in redcoats. But here's the fun part. Every time Britain tried to squash rebellion, it just puffed it up like a souffle of resistance. Colonies that once squabbled like cousins at a family dinner were suddenly eyeing Boston with sympathy and determination. You messed with Boston, they said. You messed with all of us. They sent food, supplies, support. Boston became more than a city. It became a symbol, and symbols have power. In the taverns and the town halls, something stirred, not just anger, but unity. You could hear it in the creak of chairs as men leaned forward, talking low. You could see it in the posters slapped on walls. If they can do this to Boston, they whispered, who's next? This wasn't just Boston's fight anymore. Even ordinary people began to dream extraordinary thoughts. Shopkeepers, farmers, lawyers, they all started asking the same question. What if we stand together? One by one, colonial legislatures called for something new, a meeting. Not just to vent, but to act. It was time to gather, to speak with one voice. And what do you call a gathering like that? A Congress, not a British one, not a royal one, a continental one. But not everyone agreed. Some still hoped for peace. Others felt revolution creeping in, like a shadow at the edge of the firelight. The next steps would be careful, dangerous, maybe even irreversible. The wind had changed. You could feel it in the streets, hear it in the sermons, taste it in the now suspiciously British tea. The colonies were waking up, not just as towns or regions, but as something bigger, a people with purpose. And so, my friends, next time we'll step into that first great meeting of minds when thunder began to rumble beneath the surface. Join me in the next episode, Gathering Thunder, the First Continental Congress. Because when lightning's coming, you always hear the rumble first.